everybody and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Hot girl walking this morning, iced coffee is in hand, doggies are somewhere over there, and we're beginning our day with getting some steps in. I feel like the heat wave has left us. Hoodies are on, obviously I've got the dog's leads on as well. Oh my gosh, let me turn you around. She's like a Springer Spaniel. You wouldn't think she was 10. Look at this crazy doggy. Hi baby! Are you happy to be on a walkies this morning? Bridgie's got the zoomies big time. Maggie's wanting some tummy tickles. That is what a lady of leisure looks like, isn't it? It is. You can't have my coffee. But yes, I think the heat wave has left us. It is pretty grey today. Okay, little outfit of the day check. Adenola leggings, New Balance trainers, the doggy's lead. I've got a Honor hoodie on, and my Audible book of the day, which I'm literally about to start as we speak, is the Mel Robbins Let Them Theory. I've seen so much on TikTok, so many clips and things, and then it is time to actually start the book itself. It's a good day. It is a good day because the hair, it's windy outside, raining. Hair probably won't stay, but it's put me in the best of moods. I'm off out, and predominantly this video I think is going to be a home vlog, but I'm away for the next 3 days. There is going to be a little segment of not home on this vlog. I'm off to London today and I'm going to an F1 movie premiere screening type of event with IWC watches. Tomorrow is the Boodles tennis, so we're leaving London tomorrow morning, driving to Stoke Park and staying at the Langley, which is going to be epic. The hotel looks incredible. And then Saturday morning, breakfast at the Langley, have a little look around the hotel because it really does look beautiful, and then I'm driving straight from Surrey to the marina for a boat day. And then Sunday's going to be my real reset day, and I'm just going to enjoy every single little bit of it. I want to be cooking, I want to be gardening, I want to be doing home things, and just have a real Sunday at home. So that can be spent fully together. The next few days, I think recently I've been sort of saying it as a wink of what I'm doing. This is with the wink. But the next few days I will be taking YouTube content. I will be vlogging. I will. I pinky promise I will. It's early days, you know? It's not interactively accommodating right now, you know? It's early days, but it's nice to be able to do this sort of thing together, to sort of get to know each other. Early days. Does that make sense? I don't know. But that's basically what I'm doing. I'm not ready for this evening. I'm driving into London early. What I really want to do today is have enough time to go to Acai and the Tribe, because Sophia and Chinzia have their own matcha, which is out, I think, until the middle of August, I think. I really want it. I really, really want it. So I want to drive in, check my stuff in, and then hopefully have enough time to run and meet one of my girlfriends who lives in London, get a quick matcha, and then head back to the hotel to get ready. I've got all of my hair bits and pieces together so that we can sort of, you know, redo this a little bit later. And I also, in amongst all the bags, have my beach bag ready to go straight to the marina on Saturday. The doggies are at grandma's. I left them there at Nana's yesterday after our dog walk, and I just literally sat in front of my computer all day editing last week's vlog yesterday because I'm now away and the day that I get back is Sunday, and I'm having my Sunday. I'm not editing on my Sunday. So waffling over, I want to see if my ice is iced yet because I put that on this morning. Try and make an iced coffee to drive with. I want my water with my electrolytes. Many a bag incoming. Hat, Holland Cooper, I showed you guys last week. I'm hoping to wear tomorrow, but equally if the hair is going to hair as well as what it's currently hairing, you don't want to put a hat on this, do you? You know, it's one of those. And just a quick outfit of the day. This dress is from ASOS. I'll leave it linked. It's so comfortable, and the little corset detail is ribbed, so stretchy, elasticated, cooling. I was about to say warm. It's not, it's cooling for warm weather. And then the little Forever Comfort shoes that I showed you the other day from Next. The most comfortable shoes in the whole entire planet. But anywho, ships ahoy, we're off to London to have a lovely couple of days, so let's go. Well, I've arrived in Westfield. I am not going to have the time, I don't think, to nip to Acai and the Tribe. So that's going to be, I think, on my next London trip. I need to find the time, to make the time to go there. But I have just got to Westfield and I have a little bit of time, but I'm desperate for a wee. So I think I'm going to leave all my stuff here quickly, go around Westfield super quickly, get a matcha because there is a blank street there, or here, and then come back and get my stuff and then go into the centre and check into my hotel. So that is my little plan. I just fancy a little breather after the drive, get a matcha. I'm so desperate for a matcha, and then come back and sort my life out. I'm going to give myself half an hour just to have a little poodle, and then get my life in order. So let's go. Okay, peak happiness looks like this. Westfield's in hours. I've got my matcha, had my matcha. I also picked up 3 cookies of 3 different varieties, and I'm now on my way into Trafalgar Square. And 7,000 steps so far in these. What's the hotel you want, darling? Oh, my hay fever is so bad. Oh, my eyes are streaked. It's so annoying. Today's look and appearance. It is Sunday. It is that dreamy Sunday that I said that I was going to have, and I have achieved it so far. I stayed in bed till 10 AM. That is not like me. I slept until 10, and I have just honestly had the loveliest few days. The event with the F1 movie premiere was amazing. The film is incredible. If you haven't seen it yet, honestly, it was really epic. Like, I haven't really been a Formula One person. I've enjoyed watching it here and there. I wouldn't follow it. I now actually want to follow it. I want to watch the Netflix documentary and really get into the F1. It was really fantastic and super fascinating as well. Acting was fantastic, and I really enjoyed the storylines as well. So that was amazing. And the Boodles tennis, oh, it's always one of my favourite days of the year. It's quintessentially British, but this year we really had fun. And in my opinion, one of the most important things in life is to have fun. And fun I most certainly had, and I had a little too much rosé, but oh my gosh, it was amazing. I laughed from start to finish in the very best way possible. No boo were there doing food, which was sensational, and the food really was sublime. It was fantastic. And then I stayed at the Langley Hotel actually that evening, which is near Windsor, and oh my gosh, probably one of the most beautiful hotels I have ever stayed in. And the spa, I know I can't, you know, I know I'm not like, here's where I stayed. I just didn't vlog. It was a winky few days, if you know you know, and it's one of those where, you know, it's early days, it's, you know, we're not, you know, so it was yeah, unvlogged, but it was very special, very fun, lovely couple of days. And then I got home yesterday afternoon and I was supposed to go boating, but the weather wasn't great as I left Surrey, but once I got home it was amazing, but too late to then go boating. So my friend who I was going boating with invited me over for a barbecue. We went to the supermarket, we cooked, we did cake, and then we set up a projector and a sheet in her garden, and we watched Notting Hill until about midnight last night, just with tea and water and elderflower. And oh my gosh, it was just one of those real sort of dreamy summer wholesome evenings. And I've woken up this morning just feeling like I've had such a lovely few days. I feel so happy, like at my core, and I'm just really enjoying a home day. But alas, I have things to do. I want to nip to the garden centre now, looking like this. I need some brooms, that is what I need. I also need some grass feed, and I might get some hydrangea food as well, because the house update still nada. Hoping it re-begins tomorrow. It's one of those things, I have so much housework to do, but having men in the house, it makes me more upset looking at the cleaning I've just done 5 minutes later to be upside down again. So I've kind of been holding like the deep clean off because men come in, they don't understand about you know, the men that are coming in don't understand taking shoes off, not treading in puddles, not going through mud. So it's one of those. So I'm hoping my back garden is going to be done by somebody else that I found for gardening tomorrow as well, which would be fantastic. So the dogs aren't here actually because they went with my mum for a couple of days, and then because if everything goes to plan and people don't let me down tomorrow, I have my handyman slash decorator coming in to fit the hose pipe at the front so I can finally properly water my plants out the front without having to go backwards and forwards with a watering can from the kitchen sink, and restart the wallpaper, which means front door open. If the back garden's being done as well, back gate open. Dogs, it's also going to be the hottest day of the year I think tomorrow, and Bridget, she just freaks out with men in the house that she doesn't know, and it's not fair. So I'm going to keep her at my mum's for a couple of, well, both of them at my mum's for a couple of days until I know what's at least happening with the house and it's a little bit cooler for Bridget. Going into crazy doggy mode because she doesn't, she's not a fan of men really. So anyway, that is that, but I'm now going to go to the garden. I've got a roast chicken to cook tonight, which I'm going to use throughout the week, basically, in different things. And yeah, I'll see you guys at the garden centre. So, I really need a nice pot for a new rose that I've got. These are pretty. I don't have the ones that I got at the beginning of the year though, which is sad. I do like the bumblebees, but this is pretty in the Tiffany blue. Maybe I should get one of those. Okay, it's gonna get serious. We need one of these. I'm gonna need some multi-purpose. $3.99, do I just get 2 of these just in case? Okay. In you go, love. In you go. Oh, it's so heavy, I'm so weak. Let's see. I do not need more hydrangeas, but at £30 I don't think I can leave that behind. How beautiful is this? Now I don't need any more roses, but when they have David Austin on offer, and I love this colour because it's like, there you go, you can see it better, it's not yellow, it's not orange, but it's a very happy colour, and I love a good happy rose. Oh my god, it's so hot. Oh my god, it is too hot, but I'm back. It is time to sort out my new plants and do a little bit of gardening. I want to go outside with a very cold iced matcha to get me through. Hair is going up. It is, we mean business now, so if you see me looking even more of a state, I apologise, but it's cute to have you on a little time lapse while I sort out my new bed. Shower. I feel much better, much fresher, and I'm going to do the very most probably stupid thing ever, and that's roast a chicken in this heat. But I'm going to shut the kitchen door so that the hot air and heat stays in here, but I'm going to pop you guys on a time lapse while we get it ready. This is the butter that I made last week in my last vlog. I say last week, this week, but in my last vlog. And I'm going to add some green pesto. Because this is more of like a summery roast chicken as opposed to like a roast chicken, I want to be able to use this in pasta dishes and salads for the rest of the week, just so I use it all up. I want it to be super simple to put into some other recipes. Black pepper, oregano, some red pepper flakes, garlic granules, and I have a little bit of a glug of some truffle olive oil. My butter was at room temperature, just so it is super simple to do that. And now it's time to put into and onto our chicken. I'm gonna try and get as much of it under the skin. I do not touch chicken, raw chicken. I just have a thing about it. I can't do it. So, you know, I do my best. I need to get some of these gloves really, don't I? That would make so much more sense. re-beginning on the house. Honestly, I'm done now with the heat wave. It is boiling. I feel like I haven't slept in days because of the heat wave. It's got a little bit much. But anyway, decorator is upstairs, and I am getting to work on a secret project that's coming out in sort of a month and a half-ish time, which is very exciting. So I will be sharing more very soon. It's one of those things I've been meaning to do all year, haven't had the chance, and all of a sudden I'm like, I wanted to release this in about 6 weeks time, so best crack on now. So that is what I'm doing this morning. I've had a coffee, I've had 2 teas, woke up this morning at 5 AM with a heat wave, with no milk, so no tea. I had to wait for Tesco to open at 7 and then get my tea, but anyway, we are now caffeinated, ready to begin the day properly, and I'll catch up with you guys a little bit later. Good afternoon. I was actually hoping to come and show you something a little bit more exciting. I haven't been to the charity shops since March. I think the last time I went was my birthday, so end of March. I thought today is the day, it's going to be fantastic. People will have done their spring cleaning, they'll be doing their summer clear outs and getting everything ready and fresh for the best time of year, which is up and coming. Anyway, that is not the case. I nearly bought some bits that I'm going to pop a picture on the screen of this lamp, and in the back of my mind I'm still kind of thinking, ooh, this lamp. I just didn't like the dress that she was wearing. It wasn't pretty enough for me. I so nearly got it. It was £20. I still may go back and get it if you think that I should in the comments and if it's still there. The only other thing is quite exciting. This is a little bit of tea actually. So my grandma had the best vintage collection of beautiful antiques, furniture, everything. She hasn't been with us now for about 9 years. And my granddad remarried somebody very young. That's the tea, not going to go into too much more than that, but he's remarried and has relocated to a different country and he's living his best life. Like, he is living his best life, however much, you know, we're happy that he's happy. But anyway, he is due home for the first time in 7 months, in like 2 weeks time, and because he's no longer living here, he has basically said I can have whatever I want that's in the house. But how much is left in the house, because they did live together in the house for a while, and obviously being younger she's much more modern, and what has actually been left and kept I'm yet to find out. But I do know that my grandma had many lamps like that, so if there's anything that's left, I'ma be having it. And so in a couple of weeks time I'm hoping we can go around together and have a little look and have a little mooch and a nosy, and get some really sentimental pieces in the house, which would be amazing. And I do know there's lots of sort of family photographs of me and my horses growing up as well, hopefully frames. What I'm collecting at the moment is frames, so my hallway going up the stairs is obviously a very small house, but I really want to Ralph Lauren inspire it as much as I possibly can. And I love when you go into a Ralph Lauren store, they have obviously just the most beautiful displays, but their display walls, they're just amazing. So I picked up these today. This is the only thing that I got from the charity shops, and I mainly got them for the frames because frames are so expensive, and there's like 5 or 6 charity shops in Ringwood and there wasn't really many frames, so what I'm really on the lookout for now is frames. So this was the first one, which was a £5. I actually don't mind the photo print in here, to be honest. It's just of, what does it say? Cherry pie, Heliotropium peruvianum. You know what, I'm not going to bother, but I'm going to butcher it. But for £5, the frame, fantastic, and yes, will absolutely be reused. For £2, this frame too. But however much I'm feeling like the print, you know, isn't woolworthy that side, it is quite cute in a kitchen. Let me try and get it to the light, you can see it in the light. Quite cute for a kitchen, but equally it's a nice frame for said wall, and we can get another print in there. And then I bought these from, do you remember when it would have been about maybe 2, maybe 3 vlogs ago, when my mum was judging, and I picked these up. Let me grab them. They're heavy. They were £25 for the 2, but they're like a old hunting style print, again on different frame, lovely frames, I think is the word I'm trying to use. But these are heavy, weighty, really great quality, and I think I'll probably actually keep potentially the print in them. So yeah, that's my new thing of collecting, is frames, just so that I can, because I do have frames. I mean, this is a new frame, with this on. Everything's off of the walls at the moment because everything's being redecorated, hence why I'm literally looking like I'm pulling frames out of my arse. I'm not. I just sort of there's just things everywhere. My house it's doing my head in a little bit. I am just starting to feel like, oh, because I can't film properly, I can't do things that I want to be doing properly because there's just stuff everywhere. There's, you know, men in the house, and when the house has been so girlified for such a long time where there's been no men in the house, and it's just lovely, and now there's just men and there's bits, and like there's no point me anyway. But yeah, it's a newer frame, but you can kind of see that it's a newer frame. I kind of want things that don't look so new. So yes, anyway, that is where we're up to. I did want to, here, before we close the video today, I've treated myself to 2 new watches, and there's only one in here because the other one I didn't realise, but it's being shipped in 28 days, so that's great. But not so much ASMR vibes. I really wanted a new gold watch, and also I'm a gold hardware girly, but a gold watch with a leather strap. So the leather strap is the one that isn't available just yet, and this one is here. Now, I am not very knowledgeable when it comes to watches. I'm not a watch connoisseur. I don't really know what I'm talking about. I do just really like pretty. And so both watches are from Burberry, and I was expecting them to be really expensive. This is obviously coming from somebody that doesn't know about watches, so maybe I'm just head in the clouds and I'm unaware that Burberry don't do expensive watches. But both watches were under £150 each. They were on sale, but not, you know, hugely on sale. And I got both watches for about £300, which again I don't think is horrendous. So, gorgeous packaging, which we love. And I love Burberry because it's such a sort of heritage brand. And don't get me wrong, I'm never going to turn down one of the incredibly expensive watches. However, I do think you live in fear, and so I wouldn't buy one. I don't think I'd buy one personally myself, just purely for the fear of having something so expensive anyway, just in general, but the fear that somebody else might want to take it, or, you know, it's just, I feel like it's, I feel like expensive things in this day and age now have lost their novelty due to the people around us, which isn't nice. So anyway, here we go. I am also a chunky, that's really horrible ASMR, but a really chunky watch kind of person. I have really skinny wrists, and my mum always said I was a bit bizarre for having such skinny wrists. Nobody in my family has skinny wrists. I've got skinny wrists and super long fingers, which my mum always used to call alien fingers. But I don't know what it is on me personally anyway, if I put a skinny watch on, like a tiny little dainty watch, it just doesn't look right. Whereas a chunky watch, I feel like, I don't know, how are we getting this to work? I just like it. I'm probably going to need to have many a link taken out, probably anyway, because skinny wrist problems. But here she is. When the tan leather strap one arrives, obviously I'll show it to you as well, but it just won't be on this video. But she's so pretty. She was the more expensive one. I think the leather watch was £130. This may have been over 150. I don't think it was though. Anyway, let's try it on the wrist. Definitely need some links out, but so pretty. I'm really, really happy with that. Let me show you this way. I feel like you can't see it there. Is it focusing? I feel like it's not wanting to focus. The light today, it's just really not wanting to focus, but you get the idea. It's pretty. She's really pretty. Not overly glitzy, but perfect, and still enough of a brand for it to be a brand. Does that make sense? To be sort of desirable, I guess. So yeah, looks way more expensive than what it actually is. I'm very, very happy with that. So anyway, that is this video concluded. I feel like I haven't done very much with you guys on this vlog. I feel like I haven't really done very much over the last, well, for the weekend really. I had a really lovely chilled weekend. What's this? What is this? Ah, model number. Is that like a little pamphlet as well? But yeah, I had just a very chilled weekend, so I haven't really had very much to film in this vlog really, but there's lots of exciting things happening this week. So the next vlog, very exciting, and we're going to the Cotswolds, which I love a day in the Cotswolds, and yeah, I hope you're having a gorgeous Sunday, and I will see you next Sunday at 6 p.m. Thank you so much for watching.